Hello, everybody. No, we
Hello.
do not now see chemistry, but we can all smell photosynthesis. So there's
Mm.
that. Yeah. Random
Oh, so that's what that
stabbing.
was.
The random stabbing made us made us, smell photosynthesis. We didn't quite get the Rimuru reincarnation.
Just like, oh well, whatever. I realize that's like a lot in the shot. Maybe I need to angle my camera a little
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Hang
but
on.
it's actually.
Mm.
Just stop worrying about it so much. It's covering up the light and not shining the light right in everybody's face.
That is true. It is.
Yeah, the bright
Mm.
shiny lamp. You
It's
know.
just there's nothing over here. I need to put a poster or something right here. There's just
Who
nothing here for people to look at.
So, okay,
You need a wall scroll or
here's the
something.
thing. Here's the thing.
Oh, that might be a good
All
idea.
right, both of you stop.
Mm.
I know that like all the
They
crap
look
on my
like
wall
yes.
is pretty intimidating, but here's the thing. If everybody's studying our walls while we're doing light novel readings, we're doing something wrong.
Mm.
If people are paying more attention to our backgrounds than they are paying attention to us while we're doing a light novel reading, we done fucked up.
I don't think you
'Cause-
can even see a whole lot back
If
there
only I
besides the
could
door and lock on
project
wall
my
scroll. That's
Kindle
it.
on that wall, maybe that'd be kind of interesting. Like you could see the pictures as they come up.
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun.
I feel like we're getting too distracted by like your empty wall.
It just feels so bad. I've been thinking
should
about it
point
for a
at it.
bit too.
guys,
Let me further
question.
emphasize by pointing.
Question, since it's
Hmm.
been a week, but a lot happened in that week. Do we look fatter than last week? Because I feel fatter.
I don't feel fatter.
My parents were in town for the whole Thanksgiving weekend,
I
and
probably am
boy,
fatter, but yeah.
that was 5 days of
Mm.
eating food that I was not supposed to be eating.
Same here.
I
Yeah,
think it's
face.
more of like for me. I just did our official Thanksgiving Saturday
Mm.
because the reason we didn't do it on Thursday is because like my brother's girlfriend's mother normally works on Thanksgiving, and this is the first time she doesn't. So they wanted to do that
Mm.
first, and then we did it over here afterwards.
Funny story. No, I'm fat. I am fat. I I am almost 100 pounds heavier than I was in the military. I am fat. Yeah. So calling me big boned, that's not quite. Not even they got double bone density. Oh my god. All right. So I am definitely bigger than I was a while ago, and I was
He's
starting to
bigger.
get back.
He's better.
I'm back in the two teens, so I need to get back
Mhm.
down into the 190s again. Yeah, there was a lot of unhealthy eating choices over the last 2 months because
I definitely know I'm
October
in the
I was
180
It was Thanksgiving
vibes.
week,
Like I'm in the mid
so-
180s, definitely.
I need to get back there. That is my immediate goal, and then my goal after that is to get
I was
down
in the
to one-
low 80s. Now
I-
I'm in the middle, probably.
If I can
I
get
have
back
no
down
idea
into
where I'm at.
if I can get back down into the 160s, I'll be good. I'm going to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week just to burn calories. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
just something consistent should be okay.
Oh.
I did some dragon flags today. And some
Dragon
jump
flags?
push-ups. It's basically an extreme setup where you hold like something sturdy,
oh,
you
it
bend
was
your
a
knees
sound
slightly,
alert.
and then
I
you
can see
lift them up,
chemistry. Okay.
and you slowly
I
lower
was
them
like,
back down
where's
and
the
hover.
where's the images
And
for
back
this?
up,
And I
keep them
realized
nice and tight.
there's no images.
I don't know if I'm doing them right. I don't feel them quite in my abs as much.
Help.
I feel like my abs should burn more.
Moon was supposed to be here by now. The fact that he isn't is very sad. But that's a him problem. I'm not dealing with that.
Maybe he's getting
The
set up.
moon's late.
I mean, that's
He'll
on
probably be
him.
here.
So, we should go ahead and get started with ladies and gentlemen of the congregation.
So we're doing this with one Leo.
Yeah. Open your holy books of Remuism to volume
Oh, no,
14,
bookmarker.
chapter 2.
I can't. I don't. Yeah.
We're literally at the beginning of chapter 2. So that like
Mhm.
like it doesn't
In
matter if you're
3D.
in 3D. Oh no. In 4D.
In 3D.
X, X,
Fingers
X.
come out.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, it's volume 2. It doesn't matter where, or volume 14, chapter 2. Doesn't matter where you start reading. Once again, guys, we're not a replacement for the actual light novels. You should purchase the light novels, support the official release, whether you do it physical or digital for how you consume your media. Just support the official release, guys. We abridge Slime because we really like it. I literally just started watching the dub of Slime, and man, there's some voices in there that are fantastic, and then there are some voices in there like, I don't know if that's the decision I would have made as the director of Slime. You know, so it is what it is. I'm
like
Slime Abridged.
Okay.
I'm Slime Abridged. I can already sit here having gone through pretty much all of season 1 and just checking out season 1 where I'm like, yeah, I like this voice for this character in the dub more than I like it in ours, but there's a couple where I'm just like, boy, we cast some great people for these characters.
Name 2 characters. One really good casting, one really bad one.
No, I am not calling out anybody on the dub. We may have to work with these people later.
Oh, you know, that's fair. That's fair.
Also, just doing that, it's straight up a tacky thing to do. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it was a bad choice. I'm just saying it's not one that I, as a director for the Abridged, necessarily.
It's not your taste.
It's not.
But, yeah,
it's not where
it still works for other people.
Okay, I don't need other people putting words in my mouth. I can say my things. What I'm trying to finish my
Hush,
sentence.
Snail, I'm speaking for you.
No, this is not what.
No.
You're definitely not Guru. You are not green enough to be Guru. However,
how dare you?
Anyway, thanks. Turkey Day didn't make you that fat.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So all I'm saying is they're not the choices that I necessarily would have gone for with that character. But you know what? It is what it is. And I'm not saying that they didn't do a bad job with the dub. I'm not starting fights here. We're not going to war in the comments, sub versus dub here. It's not what's happening. I'm just saying that objectively, I was like, not the voice I would have gone with. And that's it. That's all that happened. I didn't say anybody did a bad job. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm definitely not naming character names, much less actor names. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm just saying Hercule as Veldora is a strange choice. Is it the same voice for Hercule?
Watch the dub. I have to go back and check that.
Chris Rager has range, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that. Also, if you listen to the actual Japanese dub for Veldora, it's definitely different, you know? Sub always wins.
Oh,
please.
It is Hercule.
Wow.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Even
First episode.
Okay. Zahel, Zahel, however you pronounce your name, I'm gonna go ahead and call your bullshit right here. Sub is not always better than dub. Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's a lot of dubs out there that surpass the sub. Oh my god, I cannot watch Dragon Ball Z subbed. It's
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
I can't
remember watch... that one Vegeta scream.
Here's my
Namek.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, guys. Yeah, Ghost Stories, the superior dub.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I don't like a woman's voice coming out of a fully adult Goku. I'm sorry. It just does not fit that character.
Yeah, no.
Where I have that in my head.
All the different cells.
A lot of I cannot watch the sub for Gundam Wing. Cannot. Here's how I say it. For everybody that's like, sub is better than dub. Bullshit. Whichever version you heard first, those are the voices that are stuck in your head for those characters. So when you swap over to a different language and hear them doing it in that language, it throws everything off. We're no longer no longer in the area where the sub is completely superior to the dub. Like, voice actors give a shit about the work they're doing. Directors give a shit about the projects they're working on. The writers, everybody that's translating something over from a Japanese. Oh, technically, if you want to get really, really technical about it, they're all fucking dubs because they have to be dubbed in every language. So whether it's in Japanese, it's not a dub until somebody voices in it. And then as soon as they start voicing in it, it's all dubbed. So if we want to get technical, be snooty, and make an ass out of everyone.
Yeah, then the subtitles make it the sub,
Yeah, the subtitles make it a sub, but every incarnation of it is a dub. Whether it's
I've watched dub and subs of certain shows, and honestly, it's whatever.
You're in log on.
Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, that the era where the sub-dub war actually started, or could have been argued about, wasn't in the early 2000s when everybody started the sub-dub war. People gave a shit back then. If you want to take a look at it, go back to like the 80s. How Voltron was made and ripped apart 3 different anime in order to make Voltron. Holy shit. Nobody gave a shit about that. Same with gaming, dude. Some voiceover in gaming was just fucking terrible. But now people give a shit.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing this whole sub versus dub nonsense for 2 decades, and I'm done with it. I know you were probably joking around, and that's cool. But
you pushed the Richie button.
No, you didn't. Trust me, this is not the Richie button. It's much angrier, and by the end of this, I will leave this whole channel nuked if you do that. I take no prisoners when they press that button. This is just good-natured me kind of correcting some stereotypes that have been out there for a couple of decades. But yeah, let's put the sub versus dub thing to bed. And let's just enjoy the fact that everybody gets anime in the medium that they wish to watch it in. Now,
yeah, and I mean,
if you try to argue piracy versus official release, well, then I'm gonna start coming for you.
Yeah, that's a whole other animal that we could take the whole stream just for that alone. I think.
English dub with Japanese sub.
Also,
we've done that. We've done also funny story. Ranma 1/2. I actually think that's the dub for that is better than the sub.
I actually haven't heard the dub, but
for Ranma 1/2,
a lot of it is actually the Gundam dub cast. Gundam Wing.
I mean, that makes sense. Dude, I'm sure it was a small voice acting cast before.
No, dude, there is nothing funnier than hearing Wu Fei from Gundam Wing just flirting with every single girl he can meet. That shit was hilarious. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Wu Fei from Gundam Wing falling in love with female Ranma is just the funniest fucking thing. That is pretty funny. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho dub is goat. It is way better than the sub.
It's really good.
Yeah. It's fucking messy. All right, so anyway.
Well, there's also the... Oh, sorry. May I interject something?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, also, it's a thing where it's like, if you're not used to another language, you can't really tell if like somebody's like delivery is bad. You know what I mean?
No, seriously.
Like if you don't know, then it's like it's just gonna sound the same to you. Or like, oh, that was really good, but in like Japanese, they'd be like, oh my god, that guy was like really hamming it up, or it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
You know
there's a lot of that.
So it's like
there's a lot of that where people have gone into it and they're like, oh no, this is actually terrible. You guys just don't know because you don't speak that language.
Yeah. Like we know what bad voice acting sounds like because we know what sounds uninterested or not very good, or the audio quality sounds like shit or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like we know, but you know, if you don't know, then you don't know. Just saying.
Wow. So, okay. Hot take here. They said both the dub and the sub for Yu Yu Hakusho is unwatchable, and I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Unwatchable.
Someone does not like that show.
Apparently.
I'm sorry, but you don't like Ear Mishy.
Do you even like? Do you even like the manga? Do you like Yu Yu Hakusho at all? By the way, guys,
that's what I'm.
By the way, guys, Totally Not Mark has been has started his dive into the Yu Yu Hakusho franchise, trying to get his videos of Yu Yu Hakusho out there before the live action anime ruins it. And so I woke up and chose violence today.
That one, but yeah.
No, you didn't choose violence, Dr. Faust. You just chose
Dr. Faust.
You just chose to be eternally wrong. That's all.
One more thing I want to say regarding
your character, though.
Regarding the dubs of some of them, it's really fun when you recognize the voice actor, especially when there's someone like Lanny or Kaiser or some of the other characters from like just basically from YouTube, and you see them like, oh, they wanted to be voiced. This is where they wanted to be. It's like, oh, look at them. They're actually in this thing I want to watch. That's really cool. Good for them. When you know the person behind the voice, and at least you can differentiate them enough.
I'm assuming you meant to say. I'm assuming you meant to say beam sword instead of bin. But yeah, a finger gun and a beam sword is kind of lame in the grand scheme of powers. The grand scheme of powers.
What?
The grand scheme of powers is like
it's not as good. That show and that sounds wrong.
It's not as good as all these other anime that I've watched.
You're right. There is a huge difference between pew pew and ha ha.
I'm just guys. Here's the thing:
if the one guy uses his finger, the other one uses his whole hand. Much more dramatic.
Okay, either that or
I feel better.
You got the hand gestures. Like when we start comparing shonens, a lot of shit gets real silly real quick.
It's all about punchies.
Guys,
it's all about punching the other person in the face.
Guys, I'm gonna make this final point, and then we're gonna move on to what we're actually here to do.
Yeah, it's about 6:30.
Yeah. So, my final point is this: if you did not have Yu Yu Hakusho, you would not have Hunter x Hunter. So, the things that Togashi learned from Yu Yu Hakusho is what he carried into Hunter x Hunter. And I know we've got some Hunter x Hunter stands in there. So just, if all you're going to do is shit on shonens, then why are you talking about this, you know?
Why are you
like,
here?
Bro, it's not like we don't watch shonens too. And there's a lot of, I mean, there's terrible anime everywhere you look. But like, if you're like, Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking atrocious, let me introduce you to some of the garbage that's out this season. Why don't we dive into the bargain bin of anime? No. There's factually terrible anime in the bargain bin.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could live without Hunter x Hunter unless they die on the boat. Then it's the greatest. Wow. Okay, so Dr. Faust just lives to hate. That's what.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He's just here to shoot shots.
He didn't wake up and choose violence. He just woke up and he didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. He woke up in the wrong bed.
This ain't my house.
This isn't my house.
Not my beautiful wife.
This is not my house. This is not my bed. Why am I surrounded by bears? And I don't mean the animal.
Oh,
I get it.
Oh no! This one's just right. And you're like, oh, that's not right at all. No,
that's not right.
Depends on who you are.
No, imagine it's very wrong. Something's very wrong in this picture.
Or very right in some circumstances.
No,
dude. Everybody knows we're not getting a proper ending to Hunter x Hunter, so who gives a shit anymore? You know. All right. Anyhow, let's get back to slime and get to what we're doing. Shib.
Yes.
I believe it is your go.
Okay.
I promise not to fall asleep this time. I had like a full night's rest and a nap.
Okay. Should I go ahead and just start with like the intro? I guess I should just do chapter 2, future direction. Okay. Chapter 2, future directions. Before I forgot, I decided to go thank Veldora and Ramirez. For Veldora, I had some new clothing. He always went around topless with a cape. Now I saw that as kind of a problem. He didn't seem to mind it much. Maybe he thought it was a good look for him. But I thought now was a good time to offer him an alternative and gift for him. Oh, Rimuru, my heartfelt friend and ally. At long last, you have finally grasped how I feel, yes? I've always wanted to wear cooler clothes. You could have asked Shuna any time and she would have set you up, right? Like, just go in the wardrobe room. There's a few outfits you can magically adjust the sizes of. Fool! Only a custom-made outfit would be worthy of my time. And if my most trustworthy ally prepared it for me, I'm sure it would be the finest outfit in all the land. Would it not? I have, like, zero fashion sense, just so you know. Veldora seemed to be giving way too much credit. I'm only wearing what the people around here told me to wear. Looking back, I was horrible with my clothing choices in my previous life as well. I basically got by with business suits outdoors and sweats indoors. Lots of sweats. Comfy, no biggie if you get a stain on them. Or comfy, no biggie if you get a stain on them. Perfect. That was what I based my choices on with Veldora. And surprisingly, it was a bigger hit with him than I guessed. He was rapidly throwing on every piece of the outfit right in front of me. Well, I'm glad you're happy with it. Keep up the good work now, all right? Yes. Leave it all to me. Considering everything I get from him, this was ridiculously cheap compensation. I mean, yes, it's a custom job made from top-of-the-line fabric, but still, next time I'm free, I'll try thinking of some other way to thank him. But that can wait. Next up was Ramirez. Ramirez, you really saved our necks. Thank you for that. Quit acting like we're strangers or something. I owe you a whole heck of a lot too. So you scratch my back, I scratch yours, Ramirez looked a little bashful. I wasn't much good at expressing gratitude either, but it's important to do it when you need to. Right. So I thought I'd give you a reward as well. Oh, what's that? Did you make me a dress or something, like with my master? If you want something like that, go ask Shuna. She'll set you up. But as for me, there was no way I'd ever be caught designing women's clothing. Shuna can tackle that for me. Myself, I have things to name. Oh, so you're gonna name my cute little dragon lords? Pretty much, yeah. And I'll basically be their mom? Exactly. Wow, that's really incredible. I was kind of surprised by that too, actually. But it really did work. At the event yesterday, I gave Adelman's pet the name of Venti. Once I did, she evolved, and now she can turn into a human anytime she wants and speak to us fluently. So I thought maybe you'd like the same for your own Dragon Lords, you know? Those transformation skills threw me for a loop. But if you think about it, dragons taking human form is a pretty common trope in fantasy fiction, isn't it? It's not completely unexpected. Thus, I figured there was a chance Ramirez's 4 Dragon Lords could pull that same trick. Then we'd have more staff on hand, and maybe life wouldn't be so stressful for Beretta. Cool picture. In that case, name away is what I say. Ramirez happily nodded her approval. With her consent, it was time to get started. Do you have any good or ideas for good names? You handle it. Guess Ramirez isn't too good at coming up with names. If she was leaving all that to me, then they were probably going to end up with fantasy game style names. But maybe that works, actually. They are boss monsters after all, so maybe it's not worth sweating over. So I had Ramirez go fetch the Dragon Lords and bring them to the Labyrinth Lord's chambers where Veldora resided. Seeing all 4 of them lined up before me, it dawned on me that these guys have probably been beat up by adventuring teams many times over by now. They remained doggedly devoted to their posts, however, so I really wanted some cool names for them. Being a Dragon Lord means having more magic skills than even an Archdemon, but it hadn't been that long since Millen picked them up, so these guys weren't quite as good as they could be. If naming them triggers evolutions, that ought to give them a ton more intelligence, and then they can be smarter and stronger than before. With something like this, going with your initial gut feeling is always the best bet. The Fire Dragon Lord became Ozai the Fire Dragon Lord became Euros the Draconic Flame Lord. Ice one became Zephyros. Is that how you say that? Zephyros?
Yeah, Zephyros.
Yeah. Zephyros the Draconic. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I just started hearing that song. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. The Draconic Frost Lord. The Wind one became Notos, the Draconic Sky Lord, and the Earth one became Boreas, Boreas, the Draconic Terra Lord. I was borrowing liberally from Greek mythology. These were the names of the Anemois. Is that how you say that?
I don't know. Where is it?
Anemoi, A-N-E-M-O-I.
Anemoy?
Anemoy? I think it's Anemoy.
I think Anemoy, yeah.
Yeah, Anemoy, okay. The deity is assigned to the winds of each cardinal direction, and I thought these would be perfect for the Dragon Lords. These names were my creation, but Ramirez will be treated as the one who named them at all. But Ramirez will be treated as the one who named them all. That seemed to work without a hitch, much to my relief. Thus, Ramirez and the dragons were now connected by their souls, and I hoped they'd continue to serve her faithfully. So, how did it? Yeah. Like Anemoy? Anima.
It's like anima?
Oh,
yeah.
The names of the anima. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a strange word, but anyway. So how did it work out? Well, just as guessed, the Dragon Lords could all transform into forms close to human. Not completely so, though, as they still retained some draconic characteristics. Euros, the Brimstone Dragon Lord, was a beautiful woman with red hair, her auburn skin covered in a dress made of dragon scale, and her tail resembled a flaming whip. Zephyros, the Frostkeep Dragon Lord, was a slender, handsome young man. His elegant, gentle appearance, combined with his long green hair, gave him an almost feminine sort of beauty. Notos, the Sky Thunder Dragon Lord, looked like a little girl, all cute from a distance but bearing jagged teeth and menacing fangs up close. The size and look were a mismatch for her incredible strength. And finally, Boreas, the Earthshaker Dragon Lord, was a large, muscular man covered in dragon scales, spines growing all over his body. The 4 of them looked like they headed some legion of supervillains. The combination of horror and beauty they presented resulting in a twisted sort of attractiveness. Oh. This shift, however, was just for looks only. They hadn't turned dragonoid like Milam, and their species was still straight-up Dragonlord. Dragonoids, after all, are spiritual life forms with a physical body, a sort of mutational offshoot from the true dragons. Even with all the Dragon Lord's powers, they were still physical by nature, so they weren't going to rank up there with the perfection the true dragons exuded. Still, despite the remaining Dragon Lords, I'd call this evolution a big success. Even better, they had acquired more magic force than I anticipated. They all had several times more magic kills than pre-evolution, and it looked to me like they'd get close to the awakened claimant on that front. Not quite a true demon lord, but still a wonderful leap forward for them. Concerning how much simple names boosted them, I shuddered to think what would have happened if I consumed my own magicals for this. For all I knew, I could have suffered irreparable damage. This whole naming system is really scary in a way. All told, I consumed 5,000 souls on this job. There's just nothing at all. Oh, good. Oh, sorry. Yeah. For all I knew, For all I knew, I could have suffered irreparable damage, excuse me. The whole naming system is really scary in a way. Okay. All told, I consumed 5,000 souls on this job. There's just nothing at all logical about monsters, I realize all over again. But no point pondering over it. Either way, the evolutions of Dragon Lords, or of the Dragon Lords, which served as my thank you gift to Ramirez, were now complete. By the way, if you're looking strictly at magical counts, the 10 dungeon marvels are all about evenly matched with these Dragon Lords. However, it looks like there's still a major gap in combat power, something you can't express with numbers. Zegian's a good enough illustration of that, but even the other marvels make the evolved Dragon Lords look kind of weak. Yes, they had strong monster bodies and attacks that leveraged them, but plus a bunch of magic. They were undoubtedly vicious, powerful forces, but they still lose out to their peers with better combat skills. A lot of that just came down to lack of battle experience. They didn't really have a firm foundation in combat yet. I'm sure it was frustrating for the Dragon Lords to keep getting whipped all the time during their labyrinth siege. In fact, the moment they evolved and gained language fluency, the first thing they did was ask me for training. Having a new humanoid form meant they could now master human-style combat, and they now realize that a more refined skill set would get them a lot further than their monster-style techniques. Instead of relying on physical attacks like bites, maulings, and element-driven breath, they need to understand their magic better and incorporate it into their fighting. I assume they wanted to learn how to fight as humans and try working that into their own approaches. They came up with that on their own, and really, that showed some pretty remarkable development already. I will gladly take care of them for you. Beldora, emboldened after doing such a good job raising Zegian, immediately accepted the trainer role for the Dragon Lords. Thus, their journey began. In time, some of the Dragon Lords would demonstrate some strength in human form than as dragons. They mastered ways to transform their own claws and scales into weapons and armor, which seemed like kind of a backward way to do it, but oh well. And I assume they liked the results they got from that. I wouldn't discover this until much later, but yeah, I guess it's just as well. 3 days had passed since Caligulio and his staff were resurrected, and by now they had regained most of their composure. The shock of being brought back to life by a demon lord was hard to put into words, but somehow they had managed to accept it as the truth. The question then became, what happens to us going forward? For now, they were still living and sleeping in tents. Food was arranged for them, carried in regularly by monsters, skeletons, in fact, but nobody was complaining. These tents were lined up in a barren, hilly area with no real vegetation. The scenery was dreary, but it was neither too hot nor too cold, making an oddly comfortable space. The death-laden atmosphere of the battlefield and the long rows of graves of the dead weren't any big deal once you got used to them. The people these graves belonged to were out walking and talking in skeleton form anyway, so it'd be silly to fear them. In short, it wasn't an arrangement to wail about at all. According to what they heard, they had been set up on floor 70 of the labyrinth. This was all explained to them by the White King named Adelman, who oversaw things on this level. Some of the people there had actually fought against him, so nobody doubted who he was. Besides, Adelman was quite caring of them, treating Caligulio and the others pretty well by POW standards. My God, Sir Rimuru has deemed fit to resurrect you all, and thus I follow his divine will. He is not the type of person who would take away a life previously given. I will suggest you take your time to think about what you want your future to be like. Based on that philosophy, Adelman had let Caligulio and his staff go free, but nobody was suggesting they break their way out of this level. Their lives were already in the hands of the gods, they realized, and so they decided to trust in the demon lord Rimuru. Caligulio agreed with this, and besides, he was confident any escape attempt would end in failure. That's why, taking Adelman's word to heart, he decided to call his staff together for a meeting. Nearly 100 officers were now gathered in a large tent used for military conferences. These were senior staffers, some of the Empire's greatest heroes, but any power they had was well and truly gone now. All right, people. First off, allow me to apologize. My incompetence is what put you all in this situation, and for that, I am sincerely sorry. Caligulio looked at his assembled audience and bowed his head. Nobody there thought the apology was warranted. What are you saying, my lord? We are just as guilty as you for not stopping His Majesty. The staff nodded their agreement to the aide's statement. The senior officers, most notably Krishna, also agreed that Caligulio was far from the only culprit here. I am of the same opinion as everyone else. Thanks to our foolishness, we have incurred the wrath of God himself. And by God's mercy, we've been given the opportunity to atone for our sins. As he phrased it, the Empire's whole invasion was a sin, and Caligulio agreed with him. As overconfident of their military might as they were, they didn't even try to learn much about their enemy. Looking back, Caligulio could hardly believe his own stupidity. The thought that his friends must all be feeling the same way brought an embittered smile to his face. Thank you. Hearing that makes me feel a little more at peace with myself. And I swear to God that I will never forget this feeling. The moment he said the word God, the image of the demon Lord Rimuru flashed through his mind. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, Lord Rimuru may as well be my god. There was no place in the Empire for Caligulio to return to. If he did, he'd take the blame for the loss, and they'd skip the court-martial and jump right to his execution. He had no intention of shirking his responsibilities, but he thought it wrong to throw away the life granted by Rimuru for nothing. Well, I'll have my time to weigh my options there. It was natural for Caligulio to think about putting his own problems off for later. His face was no longer that of a brute driven solely by self-preservation and greed. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. I've gathered you all here today because I want to build consensus on how we should move forward. Sir Adelman, who has generously given me the freedom to consult with all of you in this meeting. So let's try to get some work done so his kindness doesn't go to waste. Once Caligulio said this, the people present exchanged glances and began discussing matters among themselves. That would be unthinkable during a typical military meeting, but Caligulio welcomed it. He wanted honest, unadorned feedback from everyone. After chatting about it for a while, the group narrowed their thoughts down enough to form two major factions. One thought it best to stay here and retain their current allegiance to their captors. The other argued that they must return to the Empire without delay. These two sides were deadlocked with each other, and both arguments were wholly understandable. It was only natural that those with families would want to return home, but whether that was possible depended on the intentions of the Demon Lord Rimuru. Perhaps it'd be doable with further negotiations, but if they made too much of a fuss of it, it could put the Demon Lord off. I would like to believe that he has no interest in executing us for no reason, as Sir Adelman assures us. But we have to keep in mind that this doesn't mean we're forgiven. Given the way their lives were saved, their fates were all in the hands of the Demon Lord. They might have been granted a little freedom, but getting too selfish presented unknown risks. I imagine all of us in this tent would be executed if we came back. But even despite that, I want to make sure that the soldiers who fought so bravely for their country can get home safely. I'd like to appeal directly to Lord Rimuru and ask him for his favor here. Perhaps, but keep in mind, we are something akin to hostages right now, and we have no idea whether our nation will pay compensation or not. It's a thorny issue. Then Major General Minutes, who had been silently listening to everyone's takes so far, spoke up. It's not gonna happen. We've never even imagined ourselves as defeated. You know how consistently ruthless we've been in our dealings with hostile nations. The floor fell silent. The Empire had never accepted anything other than unconditional surrender in the past. It was arrogant of them, but given their constant streak of victories, they had a right to be arrogant. But now that they had suffered a total defeat, they'd have no one to blame for themselves if they were unforgiven. Everybody here understood that, and they knew that even if they could return to the Empire, their future there would look pretty bleak. Still, some wanted to fulfill their responsibility to those soldiers with families waiting back home. Major General Minutes is right. I wonder what His Majesty the Emperor will think about all this. I hate to say it, but I think our intelligence bureau was far too negligent. How many Demon Lord class freaks do they think Tempest even had? For an Imperial officer, this remark was wading into taboo territory. Hey, watch your mouth, you! I don't care what happens to the IIB at this point, but the ones you call freaks are the major leaders of this nation, you know? Sorry, slip of the tongue. Free speech was welcome here, and there were no monsters in the tent. No one had seen Adelman since yesterday. Caligulio assumed he was off attending to business or somewhere. That's why they were having this conference today. But that didn't mean they could say anything and everything they wanted. They couldn't forget their status as prisoners of war. Lord Rimuru seems to be a generous leader to me, but I doubt that he'll overlook any bad-mouthing of his staff. Remember that well, everyone, and keep an eye on what you say. Despite stating that, Caligulio agreed with his officer's voiced opinion. At the very least, the fact that somebody under Rimuru's command could handle magic as intense as gravity collapse told volumes about how dangerous this demon lord was. Why didn't the Imperial Information Bureau know anything about them? Oh, I fully understand why he called the IIB negligent. If anything, I wish I'd said that myself. And then one audience member uttered something that threw cold water on Caligulio and his officers. Are all of you idiots? Listen to me. The IIB was definitely aware of some intel, at least. Bernie, silent until now, suddenly let out that bombshell with that was Bernie, with a chuckle. That's ridiculous. So why did they withhold accurate intelligence from His Majesty? They didn't betray us, did they? The whole group was agitated. Only Minutes and Caligulio remained calm, and Minutes was the first to respond. Your name was Bernie, right? The man on an undercover mission was, or not even we were told about? Right, Caligulio added. Single digits like you probably would know some top secret information that we weren't aware of. So what was the IIB thinking, and what did they want us to do? All eyes focused on Bernie after that question. Everybody on hand wanted to know. The IIB had sworn absolute loyalty to the Emperor. It was hard to believe that they would betray anyone, and that meant Emperor Ludora was in a position to anticipate this happening all along. Bernie snorted at the crowd as he looked around, giving Caligulio and the others sympathetic looks. Then without hesitation, he dropped another bomb. Well, it's exactly what you're all imagining. The Emperor knew everything. He was already taking your defeat into consideration. That's madness. What do you mean by that? Are you saying His Majesty knew we'd be defeated, but sent the entire army over anyway? Impossible! That's far too much of an insult against the Emperor! The officers were getting all worked up, but someone began to have an inkling of what was going on. I see. So we were just throwaway pawns the whole time? No, that's not quite the right way to put it, Minutes. If I had to guess, His Majesty's purpose was... Keep your mouth shut, Caligulio. If someone needs to take the heat for leaking national-level secrets, let it be me, not you. Listen, all of us right now are dead, me included, and if we are, this won't count as betraying the Emperor anyway. Such was Bernie's resolve. He had lost some powers that promoted him to the single digits, even the ultimate force granted to him by the Emperor. But it was time, as leader, to show a new pathway for everyone. Bernie. Sorry, Jiwoo, but you know I'm never going to be that loyal to His Majesty. I only served him for one reason, because I knew I could never beat him. That, too, was Bernie telling the truth. Bernie, born in the United States of America, much like the Bernie we know, 45 years ago, was once an average freedom-loving student.
Hey, let's not talk about things like this when we're so close to celebrating Frieza Day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well,
just 28 days away from Frieza Day.
Oh, boy. Did you get all your Frieza Day shopping done yet?
Hell no, I'm broke.
Shit, not yet.
But I certainly hope so.
Did you not?
Otherwise, I'll come blow up your house.
Did you not hear me when I asked for your financial support?
It was for Frieza
Even
Day
with
present.
the deals, we still don't have enough to meet our yearly quota.
My Frieza Day tree is up. I need to add more ornaments to it, and I was gonna get Wi-Fi lights, smart lights for my Christmas tree, so I can literally just tell my lights to turn on and off.
That's
makes
awesome.
things a lot better.
You almost said it.
Like
that was funny.
Oh, I'm not saying its name. No. That's
makes
not
it festive.
Cool. I refuse to call it Frieza Day. No, he still calls it Frieza Day. Didn't you see the newest Hiffle?
Mm-hmm.
His favorite holiday is Boxing Day because it means the one Yema forsaken year before he has to hear about Frieza again.
Yama.
Daddy's little prince. My favorite part of that, it was like the one who dared to what was it?
To hurt my little princess.
Not hurt. It wasn't hurt. It was dare do something to my little princess. And Cell goes, which one? The one who can turn his hair blonde. Okay, that's not narrowing it down at all. The one you killed. What? Again. Which one?
Which one?
What? What?
You gotta be. That doesn't narrow it down at all.
And then he goes, Goku. That's the one. And like Frieza's
I haven't watched it yet.
Frieza's whole ass face when he realizes that Cell has killed both Goku and Trunks.
He was like,
yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, I gotta go watch that.
So the two people that humiliated and basically broke Frieza and almost One almost killed him, and the other did absolutely kill him. Sal just murked them both.
Very single-handedly.
You need to see this one because BoJack is very prevalent in it. It's great.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Okay,
Who wants some fire? By the way,
shut up, BoJack.
By the way, Curly, there is no I in Frieza.
Really?
Yeah, there's no I in Frieza.
Oh, I always thought it was Frieza.
No.
Okay.
No, the funny thing
is
it is spelled.
Or is it like
yeah, it's a dub
there's
thing.
An I. There's
no,
an I.
No, it's a dub thing. It's a dub thing. That is not the correct. That is not the correct spelling for Frieza.
So it's not a Mandela effect thing. I thought it was like, wait a minute, I always thought it was
there is not.
Tell that to Google.
Okay.
Google it. It's not the first time Google has been wrong about something.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You look at the wiki page. It's got Frieza with the I first, Frieza in Japanese, and then also known and spelled as Frieza with 2 E's.
Yeah. I would say, guys, let me put it to you this way. They made the joke in DBZA about why is it spelled, why does it have an, you must be Frieza. It's Lord Frieza. Why does there have an I in it? It doesn't.
Oh.
You know who wrote that joke? Scott, the biggest fucking DBZ fanboy I've ever met.
No, that makes sense. Nice. That checks out.
Yeah, that does.
Yes, the internet is
guy
wrong.
who pronounces Goku.
Yeah.
Goku.
I don't necessarily agree with
That's also weird.
I don't necessarily agree with his pronunciation of Goku, but I understand where it comes from because it's Son Goku, and that's like
man, I sure.
So it's Gecko. No, isn't it? We made it back to change it. Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't the same universe. Also, they made the joke again in the fucking Broly movie. It was it Friends? It was like Frieza with an I. It's like, it's one of the words that he's trying to say to set fucking the asshole off. It's great. Darn you. It's because
I gotta go back and watch the movie now then. Gosh, I don't remember that at all. I know the Frieza with the eye joke with Trunks. I don't remember the other one with Broly.
No, Broly, it absolutely is. A fellow fat dog, Connor, voices Paragus in that, and he is now episode 10 of Hiffle, which is the one that just came out. Cooler is actually also voiced by Connor. So one of our very own is Broly. That's hot. Yeah, I love that. Yes. It's like, you've been ignoring someone. Broly's wife? Well, technically, I am the one that killed Frieza. That's hot. That's hot. God damn it. Oh, dude, it's great. No.
You've been ignoring someone this whole time. You're king.
I love this. What is a king to a god? What is a god?
What is a god to a non-believer?
Do you believe now?
What was that? I couldn't hear you down there.
Speak up, boy! I can't hear you up there. Beta male got it.
But my power level is higher than yours.
I fucking love that. Hey, I got it. I got it.
Hiffle.
I got it. He's like, Curly goes, knock, knock. Who cares?
Yeah.
Boy, think of the bloodline. God damn it. Now we're just
boy.
That's half of our shows is just us quoting other abridged.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes we quote our own. Sometimes we do quote our own.
We do. Especially when we get a follow. Who wants some of Nyanta's nibbles?
Yeah. All right, guys. One other thing, we will be ending at 10 o'clock tonight because afterwards, 3 of us have to get into a writing session.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
I said this week I was gonna start working on projects. Like I was gonna I wasn't gonna wait on Slime 9 anymore. We were just gonna get moving into projects. So fuck it. If I'll do stuff out of order. I'll release Konosuba before Slime 9. If Slime 9 doesn't get done, fuck it. I'll move on to other shit.
Yeah, because then at least people have something to watch in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
I will say I will probably try to duck out of that at 12. ish. My time, 12 my time.
I didn't say we were gonna stick around for all that long. Well, 10 o'clock my time is 11 yours.
11 my time.
Yeah, that's.
What are you doing all night?
You know,
sleeping.
20. Oh, damn it! Natural 20 just been redeemed. Okay.
Nice.
Anyway, what are you doing around that time, Moon? What are you doing?
I'm gonna be getting food with a friend, getting some Waffle House and chill.
Just be careful.
Okay. Awful waffle.
Shit happens at Waffle House.
Well, we're not going to be doing the chill part of the Netflix and chill that normally goes with, but we're going to be chilling as in relaxing. So
yeah, just don't stick your dick in a Waffle House meal. That's all I'm saying.
But the syrup looks so sexy.
Nobody
Come on. Have you ever felt the texture of a fresh waffle?
Nobody likes syrupy shafts. Come on.
You're waffling all over the place.
Too much is a problem.
I feel like your penis is waffling all over the place, man.
No.
Don't try to fuck a toaster. Stay away from Zentrea.
Oh.
Zen!
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it.
Android girls.
By the end of it, we're all gonna be scattered and splattered. And they're gonna be covered and smothered.
Jesus Christ, EC! Have you seen how many potential holes waffles have?
Oh my god!
We lost Moon. All right, so Moon's not reading. You have to keep going.
Okay.
You have to read Moon's part.
Bernie. Okay.
Hello.
Bernie, born in the United States of America 45 years ago, was once an average freedom-loving student.
Okay, absolutely wasn't 45 years ago, but cool.
No, I know. Somehow he wound up in this world instead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I can't believe I got spaghetti again for the second week in a row on Monday.
Well, apparently it's spaghetti
Monday.
What's wrong with spaghetti?
Hey, shut the fuck up. Some of us have only been dealing with leftovers.
Spaghetti Monday.
That was yesterday for me.
The fact that you only had leftovers for one day says a lot, and you should.
Well, I think it's still there. We're just doing spaghetti. I don't know why we're doing spaghetti again today.
Why are you complaining?
Garlic bread?
Why are you complaining about
Thank you,
spaghetti?
EC Voice. I get it.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I like spaghetti.
I see.
Anywho.
Is that garlic bread? Give me that garlic bread.
Play the Song of Time. Go back 3 days.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
I wish I could.
Yeah, 3 days.
All right. 72 hours remain.
Yeah, there you go.
We're
never gonna get through this chapter.
Yeah.
No.
Somehow he wound up. Yeah.
Dude, the chapter doesn't end until fucking.
Let him read.
Hush! I'm speaking for you.
No, that only works one way.
All right, so chapter 2 ends on 197. We're literally at 108 or 109, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not getting through this chapter today. It wasn't going to happen regardless.
No, we'll get there eventually, though.
I am not doing the time warp again. No.
Okay. That's a good movie.
Come on, it's simple. That's just a jump to the left.
Babies, don't you panic.
To the left.
Nope, Sonic. That's not the song at all.
And then you slide to the right.
There we go.
Crisscross.
Take it back one time.
Yep.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Clap your hands. What do you?
Yep.
And Lord knows how synced up that will be for you, Richie.
None.
It won't
not
be.
synced
Not at all. Have fun.
There was no consensus with timing on that. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
I started that line earlier, and then I had to start it again because of Moon.
All right. Well, you know what you know where we're going now because of this, right? Now, cha-cha real smooth.
Turn it up.
Turn it out.
God damn it.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway.
So catchy. Love it.
Somehow.
You start reading at natural 20, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Well, somehow natural 20 has returned.
Yeah, I don't hear them, so.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Let's go.
Somehow Palpatine has returned.
That's still one of my favorite lines in any movie. It's so funny.
It's so stupid. It's
I know, that's why it's great.
Fucking
somehow
stupid.
he has returned.
Oh,
it's like,
I have
okay.
to show you after stream. I need to show you a short later with Palpatine and Vader.
Okay,
no,
not right now, but later.
No, we have to write.
We can chat in the DMs. Somehow, he wound up in this world instead. Okay, no, not
somehow Rimuru has returned.
Yeah. Where Ghidorah discovered him. Yes, again. He was then taken in by Damrata, from whom he learned the art of fighting. This gave him confidence, and somewhere along the line, he became vain enough to think he was among the best in the world. But his confidence was shattered by a single woman serving at Emperor Ludora's side, a beautiful woman, and also a truly monstrous creation, a lofty pinnacle that Bernie would never reach, even if he moved heaven and earth and went through thousands of reincarnations. It was hard to believe such a being even existed, but reality was all too cruel to him. The woman's name was Valgrind, one of the Empire's most closely guarded secrets, one that must never be spoken of to outsiders. One day, Bernie was escorted by Damrata to the Emperor's palace, a great honor that fueled his ambitions even further. As a lover of freedom, he detested the idea of an emperor who dominated every aspect of people's lives. He dreamed, however foolishly, that he could overthrow the emperor if he had just had the chance. The price of that foolishness was paid in fear, for when Bernie met Valgrind for the first time that day, he was immediately seized by it, giving in wholeheartedly to it. As Bernie was gripped by this fear, Emperor Ludora addressed him from beyond the curtain. You have the qualifications, the requirements to serve as a vessel. I will lend you my powers. Please keep up the good work. Ludora's voice sounded entirely free of emotion, as if it was echoing out from some faraway point. The next thing Bernie knew, he was in absolutely no position to defy the Emperor any longer.
Moon, your turn.
Bink.
Also, take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time.
Yeah. I'm sure I did the second one in
somehow,
succession.
All right.
We don't know how, but somehow cheddar biscuits have returned.
Ooh, tasty.
Yeah,
very nice.
Can I trade you 1 garlic bread for 1 cheddar biscuit?
No, give the garlic bread. Give me that.
I've never had cheddar
I want the garlic
biscuit.
bread. I like garlic bread. How have you never had cheddar biscuits?
Cheddar biscuits are nice.
I have straight up. I had to make these.
Oh, homemade. That's even better.
Homemade.
Well,
okay.
Sort of.
His Majesty doesn't care if 1 million of his elites are wiped out. In fact, that's all part of the plan. That sentence by itself made little sense, but Caligulio knew what it meant. Oh, so he's willing to sacrifice 1 million officers and enlisted men if it results in someone like me awakening. Hearing Caligulio give the correct answer after so little explanation surprised Bernie slightly, but hearing him say, someone like me awakening, made it clear how he knew. Oh, so you're awakened too? Then I think you probably understand it all. Yes, you're right. His Majesty's goal is to build a collection of awakened people to serve as his pawns. If he can gain even 1 more of them, that's easily worth 1 million casualties to him. This was a truth that not even the Empire's senior officers were aware of. From the very beginning, Emperor Ludora expected nothing from his military. The most important thing to him was how many awakened personnel he could collect. Quality over quantity sort of thing. So when we took on Veldora 3 centuries ago and failed, Minutes gave Bernie a sharp gaze as he asked the question. Bernie was aloof as always. I don't know what happened back then, but if you think about it, doesn't it make sense to you? I can kill every man in this tent by myself. Or I could have, I mean. That's how vast the power gap was. I see. And that's why it was given that we'd be defeated then. The whole strategy was built on the assumption that we'd take horrific losses. I'd like to call it a brilliant move on His Majesty's part, but this time it was just a disaster. Exactly. I'm sure His Majesty didn't expect us to lose after your awakening. Minutes sounded convinced of it. Caligulio bitterly listening on.
The word after is italicized.
I see. So, exactly. I'm sure His Majesty didn't expect us to lose after your awakening. Minutes sounded convinced of it. Caligulio bitterly listening on. Well, I'm sorry I wasn't good enough. He mumbled it out. He mumbled it out. His tone self-deriding. Yeah. Self-deriding. But Bernie denied it. It's all right. It's not that you weren't up to the challenge. We just matched up poorly against our opponent. Yeah, there was nothing we could do against that. Jiwoo nodded her agreement. Yeah, there was nothing we could do against that. Jiwoo nodded her agreement. She and Bernie had both lost to Diablo, the same demon who defeated Caligulio. If they couldn't beat a freak of nature like that, they assumed Caligulio couldn't either. So you're saying Tempest's strength was beyond what the IIB projected? Looks that way, yeah. The plan was to use the Demon Lord Rimuru as a stepping stone to gain more pawns for us, but we blew our chances because we misjudged our opponent's strength. Bernie couldn't help but laugh, as inappropriate as that was, considering all the personnel lost.
Anytime
but he still wished he could.
About the Imperial Intelligence Bureau, the IIB, I just imagine Gobta running by and just shouting, "The IIB has IBS!"
The IIB has IBS!
It's such a Gobta move!
Oh, that's great. But he still wished he could rub this in the Emperor's face someday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bernie, you were trying to use us as a diversion so you could stage your sneak attack, I suppose, but it failed. What are you gonna do now? Ha! I told you. I'll take the heat for it, okay? What do you mean? Minutes calmly asked. A few minutes passed. Minutes calmly asked. A few minutes passed. Everyone in the tent silently waiting for Bernie's answer.
Oh, fuck, I read chat. That was not a good idea. I didn't realize I was going to cough that badly. Alucard meeting Lord Rimuru. What hellspawn fucked your mother?
What hellspawn fucked your mother?
I would do that. I would do that as a short. I would do that 100% as a short. Who are you? What hellspawn fucked your mother? I'm like, God damn.
Oh, man.
And does she have any more holes?
Jesus.
Is there room for more?
Room for one more? Like, God damn it. Leave my mother out of this. No.
Let me get one thing straight with you folks first. Like I just said, you guys are already dead. I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean you're dead as far as His Majesty is concerned. No, Is it trouble for him if we stay alive like this? That's not quite the way to put it. The Emperor has no use for soldiers who've been deprived of their powers and have zero chance of awakening. And if he has no use for you, then he has no to either. I suppose not, no. Think of it on that basis, and there's a real good chance they won't accept any prisoners if Tempest offers them. And not just that, if the surviving soldiers return home, it'll spread anti-war sentiment across the Empire. Do you think that's in line with His Majesty's will? Doubtful. Minutes sighed. Now he understood what Bernie wanted to say. And since we're no longer important to His Majesty, we're just a third wheel to the IIB. Or no.
IIB has IBS!
I'm going to reread that because that wasn't who I thought it was. And since we're no longer important to His Majesty, we're just a third wheel to the IIB.
The IIB
You
has
got it.
IBS!
And they'll seek out and deal with anyone who tries to return home. Definitely. And then they'd pin the blame on Tempest to stir up the anger and vengeance of their people, likely.
Shem, it's your turn to say it next.
Bernie was confident that that's...
Once the next one comes around, yeah.
Okay.
Bernie was confident that's what the IIB would do.
The IIB has IBS!
And that was the story he was giving the tent now.
And next it's Sonic's turn.
It just goes in a circle.
Yeah,
we're talking. Yep. But we're talking 700,000 people. It'd be impossible. The people who underwent enhancement surgery didn't lose that much power. If we fight back, we'd be fighting against our own side. Minutes raised a hand to quiet the startled officers. Do you have an idea who might be capable of that? Most of the audience thought the idea was ridiculous, but Minutes remained cool-headed. Caligulio, remembering what happened when he was awakened, remained silent. With that kind of power, he concluded, it wasn't so impossible at all. Could the single digits do it? If that's a yes-no question, then the answer is yes. But that's just armchair theorizing. If a single person has absolute power, that's good for offense, but not for defense. That's good for offense, but not for defense. If the enemy swarms you with huge numbers, then inevitably you'll have areas you can't fully defend. At the same time, it's also not a suitable approach if you're pursuing a fleeing enemy. If they scatter in all directions, you'll inevitably miss out on some. In that case, it'd be necessary for the Empire to take all of them out with no survivors whatsoever. Bernie didn't know anyone who'd be capable of that, with one exception. Now, common sense...
Rimuru could do it. Diablo could do it.
Yeah.
They obviously mean within the Empire.
Zegian could do it. Wait, hold on. Are we talking about physically in the Empire or a member of the Empire? Because there's a difference.
Probably a member of the Empire.
Damn it. Because in that case, the Diablo Shuna Rimuru thing still stands.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make a trip.
Yeah.
They're going to make a trip.
Oh, boy.
Veldora could definitely do it, yeah. Veldanava could do
probably.
It. Oh,
Veldora definitely Veldanava.
I just thought about this. Since we're talking about the Empire, Veldanava is Vader.
Lord Veldar.
Stick with me on this. Veldanava, a.k.a. the Marshal, is technically considered the number 2. However, said number two is also more powerful than the Emperor. Just like Vader.
Okay. So is she going to grab him and...
I think it's actually implied Vader is 80% of Palpatine, basically, in terms of power.
Post high ground, yeah.
Yeah, somehow. No. Even then, Vader was still very much pretty, on even footing, if not stronger than Palpatine. Palpatine had to purposefully dampen his robotic arms and legs. Yeah, all of it. He purposefully made that shit difficult to move.
And still, because of that, literally because of that suit, Vader's dark side training became more and more efficient. And so by the time we actually encounter Vader in A New Hope, he is actually stronger than Palps. Yeah. It took 20 years.
Honestly.
But he, even as a broken version of what Anakin was, Vader is still more powerful than Sidious.
I guess we could think of the armor as like Goku's weighted training gear, but you had to wear it all day, every day for 20 years. Like a limiter?
I guess it's more like a limiter.
Yeah, and he broke the limiter.
But,
you could say that.
I mean,
also, part of it is just like what fueled his hatred.
He made it work.
Right.
He hated himself.
Oh yeah, and then to make it even crazier,
thing.
If you check out the Vader comics, it's one of the few amazing things that Disney Star Wars has done.
I have seen snippets of them.
In the Vader comics, literally he has to go back to Mustafar and wade through lava in that suit.
Oh yeah, he's literally broken apart by Palpatine and thrown back in the lava.
Yeah, he has to be on Mustafar and survive without the Force.
If I sense you using the Force, even for a second, I'm coming after you.
While bounty hunters and Force sensitives are coming for his life. Yeah.
Real quick, I want to point at something that was said in chat and specifically pointed to me. But
I feel targeted.
Actually, Richie, it should be said.
I already read
what poor hellspawn fucked your mother, blue boy?
No, I like the other one better. I like the other one better. It just seems to it fits better with how Alucard behaves in the abridged.
Yeah, I will say, I only now realize I kind of put more of a Cell spin on it as I was saying that line.
And there actually was a time that after passing a mission, Palpatine awarded Vader with a better suit that would cause him significantly less pain and allow him to recover, and Vader refused.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was this Legends or canon?
This is canon!
However, in Legends, there was a fun interaction between him and Darth Maul. They were fighting, and I think this actually got animated in, Maul, but I don't think the words were said.
Maul asked him what it is that he could possibly hate that would allow him to be more powerful than Maul, and Vader just replied, myself. And I was like, God
it was the most badass moment, too, because Darth Maul is on his back right now, and Vader just turns the lightsaber off, points it at himself, and turns it right back on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
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 I do remember in canon, the only interaction as far as the suit I'm aware of
my favorite
is the one where he's about to work on the suit, and Vader just gives Palpatine a look like,
no.
You don't fuck with my suit. That's
my
suit.
favorite. My
suit.
favorite thing. My favorite quotable line from Vader in canon is literally when like this whole like army of rebels is surrounding him.
I know the
like,
quote. I know
we have you surrounded. We have you surrounded. The only thing I'm surrounded by is fear.
Is dead.
Fear and dead men. And I'm like, God damn.
Dead. He's ready to throw down. Let's go.
Yep.
It's about to be a Dynasty Warrior scene here.
Now, the only time that I've seen, and it's an Elseworlds thing or like a what if kind of scenario. It is what if Anakin had actually survived the second Death Star? And so,
I think I kind of know.
So they put him in a different. They put him in a different suit. It was a white suit that covered him from the nose down, so you could actually see, parts of Anakin there. But it was actually repairing him, and he would spend more time in Bacta, but this time actually meditating as like a Jedi rather than a Sith. Yeah, it was, dude. Yeah,
but it'd be funny because he basically walking around like that. He'd basically look like the light side version of Darth.
Darth Bane.
Revan. Or
no,
Bane's
one of the ones in the KOTOR series.
Malik.
Yeah, Malik. Darth Malik.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what was really funny? What's really funny is people are like, "Oh, if Vader had survived that and become Anakin, he'd be weak." I'm like, No, Anakin would still be an absolute fucking tank.
What would imply that he'd be weak from that?
Not only that, but think of all the Jedi that survived the Purge that would be coming out of hiding. Oh my God! Like we're talking about. We're talking about. And by the way, this was back when Legends was still a thing, so we'd still be talking about stuff like Cal Kestis, and like because I still feel that Cal Kestis the Jedi Order thing would have Jedi Fallen Order would have still happened. I'm 100%. Enjoying Jedi Survivor right now. The story for that is so freaking interesting.
I just bought that for PS5.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to give you one thing. You are going to have to fight Vader again, and he is an absolute fucking tank.
Oh, I was spoiled on that bit. I'm aware of that.
Yeah. It's some crazy shit. Ezra.
That's the only thing I'm more or less aware of.
Ezra, I don't know because Ezra came over with the Disney stuff, but absolutely Ahsoka. Ahsoka, absolutely. So imagine Ahsoka coming out and reuniting with Anakin. And Anakin and Luke.
After all that, that's awkward.
Anakin and Luke. Now that Anakin has been redeemed, right? Ahsoka coming back, meaning Anakin and Luke, and then imagine if instead of Luke training Leia, it was Anakin and Ahsoka training Leia.
Assuming Leia would be able to forgive him, because there is a lot.
There was a lot of that in Legends where she would not forgive him until eventually, later she did forgive him, and that's why Han and Leia named their third kid Anakin Solo. Which is, again, up until the Yuuzhan Vong stuff, Legends is better than canon. 100%.
Oh, absolutely. The Courtship of Princess Leia is a damn good book.
Here's my thing. I actually flip it around. Legends is canon and canon is Legends as far as I'm concerned. With the exception of, like, the Mandalorian Filoni-verse. That whole thing.
Filoni-verse.
Yeah, that's
which we talked about on Sunday. I remember that. Yeah,
we did. We did talk about that.
He's the creative director now of Lucasfilm.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully shit gets better.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Long side tangent.
Anyway. Yeah.
Star Wars related.
But I mean, hey, it's a cool one because it started off with like us comparing empires.
This would be a great first episode for the podcast whenever we get around to that.
What a bunch of Filoni.
Star Wars.
Oh, we're just a bunch of Filonis.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to being a bunch of Daves.
Dude, that's great. Should we just name any and all Star Wars segments that we do?
Filoniisms?
No, not Filoniisms.
Ooh.
Yeah. Any Star Wars segments?
A load of Filoni.
Any Star Wars segments that we do on technical difficulties, we just call it what a bunch of Filoni.
That'd be fair.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to talk about a bunch of Filoni right now.
Now we got to talk about a bunch of Filoni. Fat Dog presents bunch of Filoni. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of Filoni. Love it.
I'm trying to think of a joke we could make with George
What a
Lucas
load of Filoni. George of the galaxy, friend to you and me. TIE fighter sounds. No, it's just a...
We gotta do an animated segment for that to introduce that, maybe.
Watch out for that.
Watch out for that
Watch out for that space station.
Yeah.
Watch out for that moon.
No, that's not a moon. That's no moon. That's a space station.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I love that.
These are things for later. These are things to do for later.
We're gonna make that joke one time, and then Moon's gonna look up and be like, "Hey, I haven't eaten that much today."
Look, I know I've just got done with Thanksgiving, but I'm not that big, okay?
I know we got done.
I'm keeping my figure.
I know we got done with Chunks giving, but leave me alone.
It's okay.
This is the best.
He had a lot of salacious crumb on the table, and he happened to look really, really good. And during that roasting scene,
look, that kyber crystal was really big and juicy, okay, and that put some pounds on you.
Look, guys, in the words of my mother, don't leave a salacious crumb unturned.
You know, I really wanted people, like, during that scene where he's roasting on the fire, I really wanted people to just do a standing ovation, like, oh my god!
Yeah,
you know, like,
well, here's the thing. It wasn't actually salacious crumb, it was his species.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping it was salacious crumb. That would have been great.
Salacious crumb is long dead.
Oh, he blew up. I would like to think that was just him on there.
Salacious
looking
crumb
real crispy.
roasting on an open fire. All right, anyway.
Sorry. Go.
Now, common sense dictates that this is impossible, right? Definitely moving on. Yeah, that's definitely impossible. But it's not. Sure. The Empire's gotten an absolute freak of nature who can pull that off.
Vader!
Oh, that was Bernie. Whatever. Damn it.
I know it's hard because you had to, nobody has a verbal tick.
See you, Vader.
Bernie recalled. Yep.
See you, Vader.
Bernie
everyone.
recalled the.
I'm sorry. We both start at the same time, and it's not. I'm trying. I love that you did this. I'm trying to read the instructions. Mama.
Hey,
I did spaghetti
just to let me read the lines.
Hey, I'm a walking.
I'm trying to work for you, okay?
I'm reading here.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh, God.
Bernie recalled the figure in his mind. It made him shiver. The beauty and the horror could only be understood by those who've had an encounter. Bernie was one of them, and that fact made him very unhappy. Someone that makes a single digit like you quake in their boots. No, someone else. Someone that makes a single digit like you quake in their boots.
Quiver and shift.
It appears that I'm gravely mistaken here. Minutes sat back in his seat and looked up at the ceiling. Me too. I joined the military because I dreamed of ruling the world in the name of the Empire, but now everything was being decided in a place that had nothing to do with the military. These power struggles were being played by someone else, and there was no room for the non-awakened to butt in.
Natural 20.
Foolish of us, wasn't it?
Motherfucker.
Yeah, what a farce.
Goddamn natural 20s coming out of nowhere.
Caligulio and Minutes exchanged glances, both looking ready to cry, and not just them. All the other officers in the tent looked like they had just woken up from a dream, and they weren't happy about it. So pathetic, Bernie thought. Everyone would have been a lot happier if they didn't know the truth. Ooh, pardon me. But then they wouldn't have been convinced about their situation. That's why Bernie laid it all bare for them, leaving nothing behind. So do you see now? You understand the situation you're in? If you go back home, there'll be nothing but despair waiting for you. You gotta stay here as prisoners and just wait until the war's over. Sir Bernie, what are you going to do? I'm going back to the Empire. The war's not gonna end anytime soon at this rate, so Lord Rimuru is probably gonna try negotiating with the Empire, and he'll need a guide for that, won't he? And that guide would almost certainly be disappeared. The current powerless Bernie would absolutely be assassinated, but he was determined to do it. Now everyone was silent. Here and now they understood all too well that the Demon Lord Rimuru had an iron grip on all of their fates.
I'm not apologizing, Shim.
For what?
Nothing. I did. Yeah, I like that.
Porg of the jungle.
I'm sorry.
Watch out for that.
Watch out for that
porg. Looks so good. And then Chewie just went,
yeah. Dang.
I was like, why'd you do that? Just eat it in front of him. Like,
Eat it. Just fucking eat it.
Dude, maybe he was
wasting, kill it for nothing.
Maybe he was just straight out eating it, and then they came over.
He didn't even take a bite. He just looked really nice, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and they're like, and it's like, just eat it.
I would have loved it if they just cut to the next shot, and now there's 3 wings.
Take your roasted porg and eat it.
Rest in power, roasted pork.
Moon, you might as well take that.
Some more blue milk. Have some more.
All right. Did we make it to the dot?
Yes, we are at a dot.
Okay.
Sorry, I just love the way that he holds it. Like, yeah, I drank that.
I drank this. This is what you gotta deal with.
Sonic, it is your turn.
Oh.
All right, now let's see if we can get as many interruptions as with Moon.
We will. We will. Also,
Very
Moon, I think you guys are forgetting that we interrupted Shim plenty too.
Oh yeah,
It's okay.
I never said we didn't.
It does feel like we do, despite having the longer amount of time, we do it less with Shim, I feel like, than anyone else. Am I the
It's
only one
fine.
that?
I mean,
because
for me, it's okay because I know it's part of the
because-
show. So
I think it's mostly because when Shim reads, we know he's gonna chew through some
we actually
pages.
make progress.
And then when anyone other than Shim is on, it's free reign.
I guess he would.
And the reader just stares daggers.
fast. I'm sorry. I need to take my time sometimes.
We love Shim more than we love ourselves. That's the reason.
We respect him.
I appreciate that.
No. I love him.
It's good to be here.
I love you, Shim. You're a good guy.
Group
I love
hug.
you too, Richie.
Absolutely platonically, I love you. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
As bros.
I can't wrap my arms.
Happy Frieza Day.
Happy Frieza Day. Sorry, my hug looks like a happy dab.
My day.
God damn it.
It's a good Frieza.
It's a pretty good Frieza, yeah.
Midoriya.
Yes.
2 or 3 more.
2 or 3 more?
2 or 3 more.
Midoriya, give him command.
Yes, I am Shim sexual. That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Oh, we got to go down to like
we
the
got
Richie tells Shim
we
to
got
give
a
him command.
hearty laugh from Shim. I feel good on this. Yes. I
We
don't
need at
know
least
how.
one good
I
laugh out
don't
of him
know
per
how.
week.
I don't know how. I don't know when. But somewhere in Slime Season 2, we are slipping Shim sexual into the dialogue. It could just be from a random background character.
Shem or Soe.
I can imagine. I can imagine some hot Gablina in the background just going, "Yep," and that's when I became Shim sexual.
20.
I love that he's going to the bathroom when it's his turn to read.
I do love my goblins. Just
I love that he goes to the bathroom when it's his turn to read.
We can entertain the people.
If you're
Let's
Shim
see, what do we got
sexual and you
around
know
here?
it, raise your hands.
Wait, I can't be.
You can love
Sure
yourself.
you can. You just look
Yeah, I
at
was gonna
yourself in the
say.
mirror.
You can love yourself. You're just like, God
Yeah.
damn
Hello,
it.
911. I'd like to report a beautiful man. Oh wait, that's just me.
That's me.
Yeah.
I just love the idea. I just love the idea. It's like, oh wait, I can't say I'm Shim sexual. Have you masturbated before? You're absolutely Shim sexual.
I'm sorry. The question: have you masturbated before? Me thinking long and hard for a very long
Just like
time.
something else.
Which
Look.
of the
We've had
numerous
enough.
milliseconds spent in here.
We've had enough toilet humor. We don't need to drop logs. Okay.
Stinky.
All right, but at least let me go take the kids to the pool.
Jeez.
Log. Guys, we are now safely in the time where you could actually make Christmas music, play Christmas music, all that stuff. As gung-ho as Tony seems to be about things, I'm thinking we could probably just get a whole fucking parody Christmas album out this month. Because
There's still do you still have the one I made?
I have so many fucking parodies in mind. Like, I'm just like, I'm sitting here thinking about how do I make a Christmas carol of, oh my God, Attack on Titan has finally ended. You know? Give me 5 minutes. You give me 5 minutes to think about it. I could probably make a Christmas Carol about. We finally
12 Days of Christmas, but it's the final seasons of Attack on
No.
Titan.
I actually have written a jingle for Slime for the 12 Days of Christmas.
We know.
Nice.
We know.
Yeah,
You worked on it.
I have.
Oh yeah, he asked you to do that a while.
Yeah, Rich, you very specifically.
That's why I said I know. That's why I said we know. My God,
I need someone to like do the animation for like the background, but I'll sing that. I am totally down for that.
The 12 Days of Christmas would just be constantly saying all 12 days. We don't know what final means. We don't know what final means.
No. I remember that it's the. On the 12 days of Tempest, Veldora gave to me, and then it goes from down the list.
A brand new STD.
A soul away in a hot spring.
You could
remember that one,
probably
right?
find a way. You could probably find a way to work the one Hawaiian song, Melikalikimaka, into something about Attack on Titan.
Saved, actually? I should.
Some noms tonight.
We do it. I really want to do that now.
No kill Jin.
Shut up, Steve.
Yeah. Somebody posted that one in the Steve and the Direwolves. Yeah. And it is Steve and the Direwolves specifically because that is from episode 2. They had not been named yet, so they were yet to be Tempest Wolves. So there we go. Or Tempest Star Wolves as
Wait. If they hadn't been named yet, why did they call him Steve?
Well, that's his name before being named. Because remember, Gabi had a name before being Gabi renamed. It's just Steve's not a very strong name.
It was a nickname. It wasn't a name. It was a nickname.
It was a nickname because all right, you know how everybody is called.
They called
Daves?
him Musical Steve. That's what it was.
You know, you know how everybody in Log Horizon Abridged is a Dave. Everybody in Slime Abridged is just a Steve.
A Steve.
That's perfect.
Yeah, they're just a Steve.
Yeah, it works.
You're a Steve body till somebody loves you.
You also get a cool notepad and you fill it out with clues and you...
Can I find that song?
Okay, Sonic.
Sorry, the handy dandy notebook.
Sonic, I want to go ahead and point this out to you. It's actually your time to read.
I know it is my time. I'm just waiting.
You wasted 4 minutes of your time already.
For what?
I had to go to the bathroom. I figured you'd have time. So that's fair.
You had to pee.
Yeah, that spaghetti just went right through me.
Dodoria in space. All right, anyway.
I'm lost.
I'm lost.
God damn it.
All right.
Just a queen doing your thing.
After expressing my gratitude to Veldor and Ramirez, I decided to go to floor 70 of the labyrinth. Adelman, following yesterday's evolution ritual, has fallen into a deep sleep. His harvest festival was underway, but his castle was still fully wrecked. So we dragged him to a guest room up top and had him sleep there. Alberta and Venti were put into their own quarters as well.
I shouldn't look
and
at
I was,
chat.
Yeah, because I was like, did you were you saying something?
Yeah.
You have something?
It made a really dumb idea pop into my head. Yeah.
Oh.
It starts
Let's get it over with.
Something confetti.
Get it out of your system.
Something confetti followed by butt spaghetti because, yeah, you were sitting there saying that spaghetti just ran right through you. And it was like butt spaghetti.
Oh my god.
Butt spaghetti. When you have butt spaghetti.
Gotta make a song here real quick, aren't we, from this? We're really doing that.
No. Just take the mom spaghetti mix and just make it butt spaghetti.
Knees sweet butt spaghetti.
Yeah, you could. Actually, that would work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Butt spaghetti. It's sweaty.
Butt spaghetti.
Or it's a really completely different song. Spaghetti is mom.
Fingers clenched.
Got it going on.
Fingers clenched, butt spaghetti.
Jesus Christ.
Knees weak,
palms sweaty. Something, butt spaghetti.
Palms are sweaty. knees weak, fingers clenched, butt spaghetti.
Oh, that's great.
You're listing other things off, and then as soon as you say that last thing, you just start laughing at your own joke.
That is a terrible mental image.
It doesn't even work.
It's just the simple thing of butt spaghetti is such a funny set of words. It's kind of like
sounds like
is that what this stream's episode's gonna be called? Butt spaghetti.
It's kind of like how it's kind of like how actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf came about, just whispering his name. Really
actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf
made them giggle, and so they were just
running
like,
for your life. Shia LaBeouf, he's brandishing a knife. It's Shia LaBeouf.
Eating all the bodies.
Please.
Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
I didn't watch this. I didn't watch that video this Halloween. I feel so bad.
Oh, and the beautiful twirls and paper mache Shia LaBeouf heads.
And
he's just in the audience like
it was so good.
The ending is the best part. Just Shia LaBeouf, the only one in the audience. Just
he's beautiful.
I love it.
And his whole standing ovation thing was literally from Citizen Kane. It's beautiful.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
literally an homage to Citizen Kane. All right, go ahead, Moon.
Moon.
What?
Excuse me?
I'm up.
I can't believe you. I've never been more insulted in my life.
Fine, I'll give it back to you, Sonic. Sure.
Here you go.
Yeah, right. You will.
I'm just so used to us interrupting Moon. I don't know how to.
That is fair. That is fair.
Fair.
Fair is fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Why did you suddenly turn into Lucky Charms?
I was actually doing more Palpatine, but I guess it got more Irish.
you went Irish.
Hey, you failed at that, buddy.
I went a little more Irish than I was hoping.
Could you imagine what?
I'm already tell you, laddies.
Could you imagine what Palpatine would be like if he were
Tuesday, innit?
If he were Irish? He wouldn't have conquered the universe.
Unlimited power.
It's him.
I was gonna say something.
Marshmallows.
I was just gonna say something about how Palpatine wouldn't have conquered the galaxy out of just boredom and alcohol would have stopped it. But now I want it to happen simply for that. Just the unlimited power of blue moons.
The unlimited power of Lucky Charms.
It's like Mace Windu is like, ah!
Vader is
magically delicious.
As it engulfs his body.
The marshmallows are strong with this one.
Vader is
either he's doing the thing where he's like or he's just standing there like
Vader is Count Chocula.
Well then, Count Chocula, we'll be watching your career very closely.
Jeez.
We will be watching your career with great interest there.
God damn it!
Great interest. That's the one.
We're gonna redub all of it just with Irish Palpatine. God damn it!
I would so do that. That would be wonderful. I'd love doing that.
Give me a date. Give me a date. Let's do it.
You'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't think I know anybody.
Give me a time and date. I'll do it.
Palpatine became the Emperor to stop the Great Potato Famine.
It's a noble cause.
Oh, no, the Empire. We did one thing with the Empire. We stopped galaxy hunger.
This here my normal phase, laddie. This is to go even further beyond, matey.
Oh, God damn it.
How would Palpatine go Super Saiyan? He doesn't have the hair anymore.
He already went Super Saiyan, remember? That's why he's like that. He had unlimited power. That's what happened.
That's too much power. He overloaded.
Right in that moment.
Yeah.
I think I'm stuck in Irish for now.
Too much power.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Try spinning. It's a good trick.
We're gonna have.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
This is over. Yeah. This is over. We have officially devolved into nonsense now.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
They were.
The reading
that sounds so much better as Irish, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, an all Irish reading of Slime.
I would love.
I'll do the rest of this one Irish.
Much.
I don't mind.
No, next week, man. Next week. Did you have?
Could you imagine an Irish Veldora?
If we actually do read this on St. Patrick's Day, we have to do it Irish.
No, I did not. But that's okay, Curtly.
I don't think we'll be going that far.
If it lands on the same day, if it doesn't, then
fuck.
Maybe.
Anyway,
wait, hold on. What day? What are we looking at?
My Irish accent is
if it's Monday.
Irish accent day
Monday
on
is
fucking,
I don't think it is. Day. If it happens to be,
it's probably not.
You know what is on a Monday?
You know ovens be like.
You know what is on a Monday? Frieza Day.
Yeah. We got a 3-day weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goody.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's
we got a 3-day weekend.
You can't mix the Irish with the Frieza.
Here's the thing.
I don't know if that's even
possible.
He
obliterated the Irish.
Here's the thing, guys.
Huh. Yes.
Yes.
It is a question because it is late at night on Frieza Day. Do we want to do a Frieza Day special?
Crimbus Day.
I would like that, actually.
On Twitch.
We'll see. I don't know. I might be doing family
It
stuff.
depends on
it would depend on the day, I guess.
We won't be reading, but Frieza Day evening.
Yeah.
We just get on and we goof around so we don't have to worry about interrupting one another.
That would be fun, yeah.
Yeah. No, it'd be Sunday.
We'll see where we're at.
International speak like an Irish day.
Let's put a pin on that one. Yeah.
International speak. Hold on. I gotta. General Kenobi, you want a square, go you?
General Kenobi, you are a bull. I can't do Irish General Grievous.
General Kenobi, you are a bold Kenobi.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one. You just get a bit more tired.
Okay, Captain Grievous. Of the droid army.
That'd be a general to you.
Of the invisible hand.
Aye, it'd be invisible as it'd be smacking ye around.
Why did it suddenly become pirate? Why did it suddenly go pirate?
Because when you take the Irish accent and you add the gravel, it's pirate.
No, it's
you just have to take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon, and you take the moon.
Yeah.
You take everything that seems like fun. You stir it up, and when you... That's what you started.
You take the moon, and you take this gun, and you find Chowder, and you shoot his son.
You find Chowder?
Jesus. Oh, yeah.
I think it's Schnitzel, actually. I think it's actually Schnitzel. I think that's the line. I just said Chow just rolls off the table.
Dude, like John DeMaggio.
All right, guys, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes just talking about whatever. Fuck reading this.
Hell yeah.
John DeMaggio.
I get the first reading next time. I think you did say that last time, too.
Damn it, I forgot. Y'all got to remind me of these things.
I was, but I didn't know if
my memory's not great.
I didn't remember.
Somebody needs to memorize the entire Scotsman speech from Samurai Jack.
Okay, should I at least try to read it so we get to a more decent
Yeah, you know that one? Yeah, he's got that.
No,
not yet.
No,
give me
we
a
just
sec.
ended. We're just not reading now. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, we got 15 minutes.
My Irish accent is just atrocious. So.
I was going to read, you were going to read, and then that was going to be the end.
What do you think of that?
We've just devolved into nonsense at this point, and it's too late. It's too late. We only have...
Yeah, we're not going to get to a good stopping point, I don't think, otherwise.
I guess not.
No. So fuck
it. We could just do, like...
Fuck it.
So what do you want for Frieza Day?
I was going to do a new chair, but I think I'm just going to repair this one up a little bit.
I want my planet to not be exploded. Or that's not be in the cards, matey.
Ah, see, that's a...
Well, that all depends on what you get me now, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right.
Don't tell me. It's a pirate ship. Who spoiled the surprise?
Oh, that was great.
Lord Frieza, can I have some Tyranids for Christmas?
Sorry.
Tyranids?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Lord Frieza, I actually don't have a good comeback for that.
For Christmas?
Yeah.
You will get... Oh, sure. All the coal within your planet. It'll be outside of the planet as soon as it's blown up.
Oh.
It's like...
That's not a good gift.
For Frieza Day, I grant upon you...
Oh, it's a wonderful gift for me.
For Frieza Day, I absolutely grant all of you another round of tyranny. Hooray for me.
That works.
Hooray for me.
Oh, you said Tyranids. Oh, okay.
You know what, that one.
No, yeah.
I love it. I love it that Akira Toriyama straight up said that he made Frieza after, like, he modeled Frieza after fucking, what is it? The house.
This is like a Super Sentai thing.
Salesman kind of people over in Japan.
Oh, like super businessmen kind of thing. Like a door-to-door salesman.
No, not door-to-door salesman. No. People that actually try to sell you houses, like those scam ass house sales people.
Oh, like real estate.
Like
things.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of like realtors, but
Scam
for land.
real estate people.
But for land, like they just buy up land. Those kind of.
I didn't know that was a thing there.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense. It's the scummy, like you signed your soul kind of deal.
Yeah. Those guys. So basically, Toriyama hated them, and he's like, "What do I make my villain? I'll make them this." And if you think about it, that's literally what Frieza and King Cold and all of them are. They literally just flip planets. They literally cleanse planets of their ethnic diversity, and then they sell them off.
See, now I'm just imagining Frieza with like one of those retail sales vests.
Oh god, that changes a lot.
Oh no,
that changes the image of him a lot.
He would not have a retail sales vest because he would literally be a CEO.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
He wouldn't be doing any of the work. You kidding me?
Shacho, Frieza, Shacho.
But maybe like in promotional material, like the boards, the billboards or whatever.
Or is it Shocho? I think Shacho is Warden. Shit. I've been watching.
Frieza is the face of the Frieza Force.
Kaicho! Wait, no, Kaicho.
Kaicho.
Is it Kaicho?
Yeah,
okay.
You're correct.
Oh, okay, cool. Unintentionally correct.
The Scotsman's 22nd insult from Samurai Jack. Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That one's a really good one.
I'm trying to find it.
And then somebody broke down each and every single thing. So
what do you think of that, Mr. Pajama wearing basket face, slipper wielding clip? Oh shit!
No,
clip Jitty buckle, gather up and blate ma, blither and Gomeril, Jesse Oof looking, stoner nyaff, plucky Sean milk drinking, soy face, shilpit, mimmuth, sniveling, watermide, hottenblog, vile, stitchy, calibric, tatty. God!
I'm calling you a coward!
Alright, now try it again, but with an Irish accent.
And without the dick in your mouth.
What do you think of that, Mr. Pajama wearing basket face, slipper wielding, clip dreep brauchje, balkje, gather up and blate ma, bletherin, Gamriel, Jesse, off looking, starring their nyef, plucky shan, milk drinking, soy faced, shilpit, mimmuth, sniveling, wermide, hottenblog, vile, stutchy, calibrich, tatty. Fuck.
Should I feel insulted or I don't know if I should feel insulted.
That was pretty good though.
Now do it again.
That was the best attempt I got.
Now do it again in Japanese.
What do you think of that?
I'm waiting.
It's gonna be kind of racist, but
it's
gonna be very racist.
Don't. I didn't say Japanglish.
Get this from
not
Twitch.
Japanglish. Actual Japanese.
He did say soy faced, so it's like that's a little. It's a little on the nose.
If we were to rip anything that's for a clip and put that on YouTube, it's got to be like him trying to read that, and every time he flubs it, just beep, like the blooper beep.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's so.
I was so tempted to put on Shadowplay there.
It's so sad that I did not cast you. It is so sad that I did not cast you as fucking what's his name, the Puppet Master.
Puppet Master?
Oh,
Demon Lord Puppet Master.
The guy who got Geld?
Oh, him.
Clayman?
Clayman, yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, Clayman.
Imagine if we had Clayman with the Irish accent.
Clayman with the Irish accent.
Especially in the back half of season 2. Like, everybody else is trying to be so serious, and then there's Clayman just toy.
You know what you could actually? At what point?
I know what we've called this year today.
Oh, I got an idea. What you could potentially do with
recasting.
that is you could have it be. No. I was saying
unless the guy's unavailable, in that case.
I was gonna say, at what point, like when Rimuru was just punching Clayman, at what point when you go like like the boxers,
when he's hit,
and his voice changes for a second. And then he gets punched again. He goes back to normal.
How could you? No, like, ow! Stop it! Please, this is hurting me! Ow! Why would you do such a thing?
You hit me in the voice box.
How bold of you to assume that I would have you do normal reaction sounds?
Oh boy!
It's like, all right, Moon. Yeah, Moon. I need you to record
you get
about
one line is Clayman.
Moon. I need you to record about 5 harder daddies in different variations for me with an Irish accent.
One harder daddy, one Irish, one
daddy,
pirate.
Harder daddy.
I didn't mean right now.
Harder daddy.
That's what I do.
Harder daddy.
Harder
daddy. Oh, harder daddy.
That's the part where Rimuru just stops for half a second.
And he's like,
what? Then he really starts going even harder.
He just
like, I gotta do it too
He
hard.
just stops. Everybody in the background has really wide eyes. He's like,
Oh, I would totally do that. Oh.
huh. Wham! Just like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
This
just
is everything I've dreamed of.
You can
Here's
see the
thing,
buffering
here's the
symbol.
like that's the funny part.
Yeah.
Once Clayman loses his cool, he stops using the fucking. No, we are not reading that. Stop it! No.
I have to. He did the grunt.
That's
No.
I have to see this.
No.
yeah.
No.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
No.
I like it.
No.
I can read that.
All
That's
right.
good.
I
Appreciate that.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. I think we're gonna raid after this.
Congratulations on graduating from.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we can wrap up a little early. I think we've already kind of.
We've got this is devolved. Yes, Director Nasty's online. I want to raid Director Nasty. I want to do an Irish raid. So everybody, when we raid him, you have to say something as if it were in an Irish accent. So go ahead and get your stuff typed up, and then we'll be ready for an Irish raid.
Okay.
We're raiding your Lucky Charms. We're raiding you. Where's the Lucky Charms? We were told there were Lucky Charms here.
Or something about like because he's playing Fortnite. Maybe somebody stole his Lucky Charms.
Easy.
That's true.
Or maybe they're always after his Lucky Charms.
Mm.
All right, so yeah,
Check the real life.
I'm checking the live
Thank you,
stuff.
EC. That means a lot to me.
Oh, that's
I've
funny.
actually
He's
been
playing
learning
as
a bit
rogue.
of Gaelic, so
He's playing his rogue.
No.
it's
Are you
literally
also learning
gibberish.
Gaelic and
Gaelic. I like some Gaelic on my
about-
bread.
what about
Pick out
Violet?
my Lucky Charms.
All right, is everybody ready? We're just gonna go ahead and raid.
Ready.
All right.
yeah, I'm ready.
Start
Thanks for
the raid.
coming, guys.
Bye.
Sorry, we didn't get through as much as we hoped.
Bye.
How many pages do we actually read?
Not enough.
A few. Definitely not enough.
Okay. This is officially it. We are ready to raid. Everybody, here we go.